then I leave them down there, and then I go to bed, and then it keeps happening. And next thing you know, I got about 4, 5, 6 pairs of shoes all over downstairs. Some in the dining room, some in the living room, and I'm not even thinking about it. So, I let the kids know. I said, this is something that I'm working on too. So what I want you to do is, like I said, respectfully remind me, hey, mommy, you forgot your shoes. Hey, mommy, your shoes are over there, and I'm okay with that. As long as you're doing it with respect, I'm okay with that. So that's what I mean by, letting your kids in on it. It's okay to let them know some of your faults. It's okay. I think it's good to let them know that mommy and daddy aren't perfect. We have things that we need to work on too. So have that communication. Talk to them about that, and things are running a whole lot smoother.
Oh yeah, definitely. And children, they will look at their parents, and so many parents try to hit you with that I did nothing wrong type mentality. One of my favorite kids movies, Tangled. Mother knows best.
Mother knows best.
So, just listen to me. Do as I say, not as I do, type thing. And, it's very hard on a child to try to feel like they have to live up to the expectations of perfect. Mm-hmm. We really hinder our children a lot with the way we raise them. And we can only do what we can do based on our personal life. So I'm not faulting anyone, but it's just something that we just need to be careful about. We need to be really more open and honest with the children. Mm-hmm. Because, if the child is sitting there and all you talk about, you had straight A's in school, you did this, you did that, you were like this perfect little child in school, and they're trying to be this perfect little child in school, but they're not living up to perfect, because no one can live up to what society deems as perfect. So they're in a constant fight and a constant struggle for no reason. Mm-hmm. Because they're sitting there trying to reach your level of perfection, but you're not perfect. Yeah. So, we are very, very open and honest with the kids about ourselves. And, we see so much of ourselves in our kids. It's too ridiculously funny. Not funny. Sometimes I want to strangle myself. Like, yo, you are a horrible child. What is wrong with you? And I sometimes, I'll go to my mom, my aunts, or my uncles, and I just apologize.
It's been times where the 9-year-old would do something, Kennedy would do something, and he just looks at me and rolls his eyes. It's like, what? I didn't do nothing, but I know it's because she's acting like me. So, yeah.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that, most of the times that the 9-year-old does something, I look at her and roll my eyes because she just did it herself. And she's not 9. So, it is those funny things that create such a wonderful place. But back to school time, the important thing, building that routine, getting the schedule, getting something that works, mm-hmm. and communicating, being present, y'all. Mm-hmm. It is really about being present, being active. And we're always at the school, and one of the best things I love so much, last year Lynette and I went and spoke at career day at the school. Yeah. And we went to our kids' classes. That's normally what you do at career day. You go to the kids' classes, but it wasn't a whole lot of people that showed up for career day, so we went to some other classes as well. So we built some relationship with some other teachers who our kids didn't even have. Mm-hmm. And different children. And I love being out in the community somewhere, different events, just walking down the street and I see one of these kids that I know, and it's like, hey, what's up? And you're able to open that dialogue, mm-hmm. With different children now, because you actually know them on a different level, as opposed to just seeing them at school. You've actually spoken to them, you talk to them, they know who you are, they know who kids you have, and all of that. So it's really, really important to communicate and just be active, be present, be visible, be seen. Mm-hmm. And you know, and especially to our men out there, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many looks I get, and they're good looks. Some are confuzzled type looks, you know, but from parents and children to see a father at the school, to see a father, you know, active. It just, I just see so many kids just sit there, and it's like, especially last year, because that was the first year at this school, and it's like, that's your dad? And, you know, so many kids, so many parents used to ask me different questions about the school, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, you don't work here? I'm like, no. Because we were always there. Yeah. Everybody thought we worked there. So, you know, it's real important to be active and communicate and just really open that line up. And, you know, to all those people who have different aspirations, you have your 9 to 5, you may be miserable at your job, you know, work on a way to give your kids your time, your full attention, you know, after school. You know, check homework, make sure it's right, make sure they're actually understanding what they're learning, and different things like that. And the most important thing about back to school, keeping them covered in prayer. Yeah. That's very key. You know, it's so many different things that, you know, people watch on the news and different things that happen in the community. You know, you always want to keep the kids in prayer, keep them lifted up. You know, pray for the teachers. You know, a lot of teachers may not have the right attitude. You know, pray that they grow the right attitude. Make them feel like, listen, it's not a babysitting job. You're actually here. You want to have fun as well. You know, you don't want to just deal with craziness all day. So, you know, being there, keeping them covered in prayer, just moving forward.
Yeah. And don't forget to reward your kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a lot of times we get so stuck on, you were acting up, so you're on punishment, you know, or I'm going to take this away from you. Don't forget to reward them. You know, I know some parents or people in general live by that, what? I'm not giving you a pat on your back for doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to behave. You're supposed to do this. Yeah, but it's still a process for children. You know, they have to learn how to behave, you know, and be rewarded. I mean, because think about it. Even we like to be rewarded. Imagine being on your job for 5 years.
Doing what you're supposed to do.
Doing what you're supposed to do. You know, doing what you're supposed to do day in and day out. You're coming in early, you know, so you can make sure you start on time, and you take your lunch breaks when you're supposed to. You stand until the very last second you're supposed to. And you're just doing your job the way that you're supposed to do your job. But nobody ever says anything to you about it. You're going to feel some type of way. You know, but meanwhile, you're still doing what's in your job description. So, I mean, if you have that mentality with your kids, like, well, I'm not going to reward you for something you're supposed to be doing, then you shouldn't feel any type of way if you don't get rewarded, right? Wrong. You're supposed to, you know, be rewarded for your consistent good behavior, and because it makes us feel better, it gives us motivation to keep moving on. So it's the same thing with your children. It may not be in your finances to be able to give allowance, but that's okay. You could think of other things to do. You know, like Kennedy and I have Mommy and Me Mondays. You know, she knows that Mommy and Me Mondays happen every Monday. Now, what we do on that Mommy and Me Monday will depend on what her behavior was the previous week. So if her behavior was just not too good the previous week, then we're going to have a Mommy and Me Monday where maybe we're just sitting and we're talking about how we can improve, or maybe we're writing, or whatever the case is. But if she had a great day or a great week, okay, then we're doing something better. You know, we're going to the nail salon, or we may be sitting here doing each other's nails, or we're reading together, or just whatever it is. You know, it's going to be appropriate for how her behavior was that previous week. So just, you know, rewards are definitely good, as well as, you know, other consequences for the not so good stuff.
Yeah, and you forgot devotion.
Yes, I know. It's just started happening so naturally now. It's harder to just say step 1, step 2, step 3. But yes, the morning devotional. Kennedy was given a devotional book by one of my good sisters in Christ, Lisa West. It's a 3-minute devotional, and in the morning, you know, she reads the devotional. She'll tell me what it's about and she'll expand on it, her take on it, what it means to her. It has a Bible verse in there, and then at the end it has a prayer written in the book, so she'll read that, and then we finish up with our own prayer as well. So yeah, our day is full of God, and just like Daniel said, we always encourage the children to be lights, because other children may not know God. They may not have the conversation about God, but if they see you walking around and being so happy and smiling and laughing and behaving and everything that you're supposed to do on a regular basis, they're going to wonder what's going on. Well, I want to be like that person. I want to feel happy like that kid is all the time. Well, tell me how you feel that way. And that's just another opportunity to be able to share God with someone, so.
Yep, and, just listening to different parents when, they see us and they see our kids, and just hearing, it's something different about the kids. And they're not perfect kids. They act like us when we were younger. So, yeah, it's a test. We're not running around saying, oh, our little perfect little angels. They're so wonderfully perfect all the time. They do nothing wrong. No, man, they crazy like us. Yeah. So, we understand. And that's another thing. Listen, oh my gosh. You may have a kid that just acts like a whole maniac all day, every day. But if they act the exact same way as you, please don't bring down Thor's hammer on them all the time. Like, listen, you got to understand that they are children, and especially if they act like you, like, listen, I get mad sometimes, and I just got to break it down. Like, man, listen, if I used to do what you just did all the time, I might hurt you. But listen, you know what? We're gonna talk about this time. We're gonna have a conversation about this, and I break it down. I get transparent with them. I let them know, like, listen, this is what I was dealing with. This is what I went through. This is how I helped myself get better. This what someone else said to me to help me get better. And just staying consistent and really being there. And the communication aspect when we pray at night, it really shows a lot, because our children pray with us at night too, and just hearing the different things that they pray about. Yeah. Pay attention to that type of thing, because they say some things sometimes. If you're like, wow, sometimes I'll be ready to put my book out and start writing some stuff down. Like, yo, these little anointed little creatures, little heathen, little angel heathens,
angelic heathens.
But it is like very, very major to really have that routine, the schedule, and keep that communication open. Be active, be present. Let yourself be known. And the parents respect parents. They always say the kids that's not even, like Lynette said, we go there and I'm the kids know me, and I'm verbal. I'm me. I'm still crazy Daniel. So if I see something going on that shouldn't be going on, I'm going to verbalize it. And, a lot of times in our rough neighborhoods in the city, you hear the crazy mouths on the kids, but, we don't have to deal with that. They respect us because they know us. And don't be that parent that's never there, never active, never involved. Yo, when is back to school night, y'all? Be there.
Yeah. What's that, 21st?
For our school.
Yeah, I know.
Be there.
Yeah.
Be there. But, that's it. That's the time.
Yeah. Oh, wait. One more thing. Don't be afraid to acknowledge any type of mental challenges your child may be having. Anything that they may be struggling with, because I know that is like so taboo in our communities. The inner city, in the hood, it's so taboo to have a child who goes to counseling or takes any kind of medication or anything like that. But it's okay. If your child needs those type of services, that's okay. Get that child those services so that they're not struggling in school, and they can get the education that they need. Right along with the help that they need. It's all right. Don't allow your I guess fear or the stigma of it.
Yeah, stigma.
The stigma of mental, any